The updated video I have been waiting and waiting to get to you guys, and I feel like I have enough experience and enough information now to finally be able to bring you guys a part 3 update on my beauty box rankings. So let's dig in and start sharing my most up-to-date, I could probably say my last beauty box rankings video. Unless there's a whole bunch more I try or more come on the market. For now, it might be our last for a while. So if that interests you, you want to see how I rank all of the different beauty boxes I have tried out over the last few years, stick around and we'll dive right on into it. And welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Cher. So on my channel, if you're new here, I cover a lot of different beauty boxes. We do a lot of subscriptions. I do a lot of different curations and reviews. Sometimes subscription boxes, sometimes more like mystery boxes, sometimes specialty boxes, but I've done a lot of the different subscriptions out there. So I feel like I can kind of officially say I'm the beauty box queen. And I've sampled a lot. Some I get in PR and some I've done with my own money. Some have sent it just a couple of times, or I've tried it just a couple times. Others are ongoing. It just depends on the box. Now I've brought you guys 2 previous videos on this exact same thing where we ranked all of the beauty boxes I had tried, but I came out with like different parts to it because I kept trying more and I had more up-to-date info to give you. And sometimes my mind changed on the rankings. This one is especially the case. I feel like this kind of null and voids the other 2 videos, and this one needs to replace those because I have a lot more up-to-date info now. I have done a couple of more boxes now that I used to get in PR as an actual paid experience now, and it is a completely different experience as a customer paying for it than it is in PR. And I think you all kind of know that. And a lot of you guys told me that and told me about some of the perks and whatnot. So we're going to talk about that. And it completely changed my rankings. Completely. Not to mention there's a few boxes that have changed things recently that have either dropped way down on the list or risen above. So it's time to just do a brand new rankings. So let's get started and dive in. Now, really quickly, my criteria on ranking these, I do want to go ahead and say, like last time, I only chose the ones I had personally tried and done myself as in some way, like either in PR or as a customer. This time, it's still mostly the same. However, there's like a couple of boxes that I have not paid with my own money as a customer, but I have been following so closely as if I was a customer that I feel like I know the box. So I'm going to include them. And I've been gifted by people a few boxes as well that that I'm not able to access because of my location, but I'm still going to include them. So I've got a huge list here, over 20, probably close to 25 boxes this time to share. So we're going to try to speed through it. I'm going to put all the info for these boxes in my caption so that we can get more info on like their links, their prices, all that kind of stuff. I'm really only going to talk about prices and some of the details more about if they relate to like why I've ranked them, why I have. What I also base things on is more my excitement level. So some of these might be my personal favorites that might be very different from you guys. I'm trying to take into account everything though, as far as like what I think other people would like to, like, is it cost effective for you? Is it a good box for the price versus me who I might be willing to spend more for certain luxury items. So it's a pricey box, things like that. It is mostly my personal rankings, but I am taking your thoughts into consideration a little bit too, if that makes sense. So yeah, so that's a little bit of the criteria going into this. All right. And also consider I am cruelty free. So I really value boxes that take that into account also. All right. So let's start off at the very bottom of my list. And I hate to do this, but I can't help but put vegan cuts at the very end. Yeah, I do. I love the idea of this box. I tried it out for a couple months because I was so excited at the thought of like all vegan beauty. They have both a beauty subscription and a snack box that are all vegan products. But I canceled it pretty quickly. I didn't think the price was terrible, but it was the mix of things you got in there. It was all brands I really didn't know that well. I was not excited about any of them. When I first opened the first box, I thought maybe it looked exciting, but then when I started trying all the products, I didn't like any of them. I didn't like how any of them felt. And I felt like they all had that stereotypical vegan vibe. I don't mean to offend anybody, but when you think of like vegan beauty, some people are leery of it because they're like, is it as effective? Is it as good? Is it as good when things are natural and all of that? And it was sort of like those types of products. It wasn't other exciting products. And I feel like there's so many products on the market that are vegan. So, I mean, rare beauty, for crying out loud. So many like awesome opportunities out there that are, you know, curated as vegan that could go in this box. But instead, you're met with just very like kind of boring, never heard of brands. So ranked it in like dead last. And then just above that, for me, I think other people were interested and excited about this box, but for me personally, I'm not really a fan of, I mean, I like supporting small businesses and whatnot, but I'm just, if I'm going to spend a good bit of money every month on a subscription, it's not going to be on like a homemade products type business, unless it's like baked goods or something. Somebody curates some baked, yummy vegan products for me. I don't know. But like when it comes to my beauty, I want like a luxurious feel. I want things I can get it in mainstream beauty a little bit. So I just wasn't feeling the box or that excited about this one. And that is the Cut the Crap Organics. I was gifted this one time, but it was their all bee themed box. So you had a lot of like bee products. So I know I haven't done the full subscription. They make a lot of artisan soaps and bath stuff, and I love my bath time. So I do like bath type products, but this one just felt very, I don't know, like my mom makes all of this stuff and she's very crafty and she's made me like a bunch of homemade soaps and all. So this is something I can get my mom to make me. So I just wasn't that into it. All right, just above that is the Better Beauty Box. This is curated by Cruelty Free Kitty, who I do rely a lot on her resource on the website and everything to check, you know, the site basically does a lot of research and checks on a lot of brands to see when they're cruelty free or not, and has done a lot of the research for me. So I consult this site a lot. So I was really excited. They had a beauty box and I could not wait. I was so happy because everything in this box was curated as cruelty free. And I thought, oh, but it was pretty pricey. I want to think this one's in the 30s. I'll put the price in the caption. So I was expecting for the price I paid that it would be more exciting brands too. It was not. It was a little better than Vegan Cuts in my opinion, because at least there were a few brands here and there that I knew and was familiar with. And in their like highlight pictures, you do have a few good brands here and there that would excite me. And I got like Allure Cosmetics in one box, which I really like Allure Cosmetics, you know, so I was okay with that. And I found the best lip balm in that box, so that was good. But overall, for the price point, I just was not impressed. I was not all excited about the mix of products in there. Again, I felt like we could do so much better. There's so many cruelty-free brands out there that have exciting products that you could put in this box. So for that price point, it needs to be way more exciting than that, I felt like. And then the other thing I didn't like about it was they tended to just do like you'd pretty much just get like 2 brands at a time. It wasn't quite a takeover box, but it was like you'd get two products from one brand and another 2 products from another. So you didn't get a good mix of brands every time either. So yeah, just very low in my rankings. All right, next box. This one would rank so much higher. I mean, so much higher. Honestly, I thought of making it last just because of the terrible customer service, but it does give me excitement as far as the products in it. So it's ranking a little higher, but the customer service has been so bad that I want to rank it last, you know? So anyway, that's the Slay Beauty Box. So I have not done the subscription personally, but my friend Mela has sent me a few boxes and had them sent over to me from the brand, where it's like a lot of indie brands in it, amazing formulations. It's kind of like a small business, and they're a lot like ice cream, which we'll talk about ice cream in a few minutes too, if you're familiar with it. So it's a neat all makeup beauty box. So it's great for like the makeup lovers who don't like getting all the skincare and stuff in their boxes. So it's a wonderful mix of makeup, but it's a lot of indie brands. That's the only thing with me is I'm not really an indie brand person. So take that with a grain of salt too in my rankings, that just those types of products don't always excite me, but I know they excite a lot of other people. So it would be an excellent box. Honestly, I would rank it higher than even ice cream personally, as far as the products go, because I just loved some of the products in there. I found the most buttery, amazing palettes in it, but the customer service was so bad because um, every box was late. Like we're talking months late sometimes, and a lot of people got billed. They just have so many problems. I think that they just don't have enough staff, and I still see them. I follow them still, and I still see them like almost every month putting on their page how, okay guys, we're almost caught up, you're going to be billed for this and this. Like they just always have problems. So I would never in good conscience like rank this high and recommend it to you guys, because I know you're gonna get billed for boxes you don't ever receive. Next, kind of similarly, I'm gonna say Scentbird. We've talked about this in the past. I love the idea of this subscription. It's the only fragrance one I've done, and it was when I was just starting to get into fragrances. So it is, I would rank it so much higher if it weren't for one thing about it, but we'll get into that in a minute. But it's only fragrance, and I think you're only getting like one vial a month usually, unless you pay for more. And so not a lot of variety and all, but you're gonna get a little like almost travel. It's like a travel size, is about the size of it. Atomizer with it. Decently priced. I want to think it was like 16 something maybe at the time. It might have gone up since then, but I did do that subscription for a little while. I paid for it, and then I got it in PR until I found out some of the sketchy things with the CEO. Now I have heard it's maybe changed hands since then, but I haven't followed it too much. But there were some things going down with the leadership that I just did not want to be associated with and be an affiliate. So I ended it. I'll let you guys do the research. Some of you guys, we did talk about this a little bit in chat in the comments before. So I ranked that one much lower because of all the drama, basically. And because, it was nice if you're a fragrance lover, but I am considering all of these together, and I love beauty subscriptions with a mix of like everything. So and I think also one of the things I found was some of the things I wanted to try weren't options, and I really wanted like new release fragrances a lot of times too, and it kind of had more of your classic tried and true things in there. So the types of fragrances I wanted to try weren't always there also. So that's one of the downsides about it. Next, I'm gonna say, I hate to say it, I get Medusa's makeup and PR, and I think it's a cute little box. And one of the reasons I've ranked it higher for is because it's all cruelty free and all vegan, and that is a huge plus for me. I think it's just the type of makeup in there is just not my thing. I'm not as into indie brands, like I said, and it's mostly all just Medusa makeup brand, which I love that kind of stuff, like around maybe Halloween. And I think it's a great one for like preteens. The sparkles and stuff in it is cute, but that's just not my age range. I'm kind of a luxury girl. I'm a mainstream makeup, like Sephora big box makeup kind of gal. So it's just not my type of makeup, basically. I think that it's a great service though. I personally feel like the price tag might be a little high for like what you're getting in the box sometimes. I mean, it does have like this last time, I think it was a $60 retail value, but the box is 25 something. And when you compare that to say like Ipsy, you're up at $32 with Ipsy, but look at like what you get in Ipsy, you know what I mean? So I think that if they lowered the price a little bit, it might be rank a little higher for me. I'm also including Stitch Fix. This is very different than the other boxes too, because it's just all fashion. They've picked out all of the clothes for you and whatnot. It's just a service where they can style you. They do a great job of nailing your style. So that's one of the things I will hands down give to them. And I think if I was just looking for fashion, it might rank a lot higher too, but I'm looking at like overall compared to all these other boxes in my excitement level. And I think the biggest thing of all is just I felt it was very expensive. You know, I don't typically pay that much for clothes. You know, I know it's kind of department store type prices, but where I spend my money is definitely on things like fragrance and beauty, not in fashion. Isn't that crazy? So to me, it was just priced really high for what you were getting. I did like the styles, I liked the assortment. It's just, it was the cost. Next. All right. I was going back and forth, but I feel like New Beauty Test Tube is next. I know a lot of people love this subscription. And what I like about it is that it's kind of, you get a lot of your like obscure brands in here. It's your chance to try a lot of eclectic types of beauty that you just don't get anywhere else, and really good brands, you know, like excellent skincare. It's predominantly skincare and hair in this one. It's a quarterly box. It's the one that used to come in the big test tube, but no longer. And you can get a really incredible deal on it. I signed up on the Black Friday deal, so I only spent like a little over 100 or 120 or 140 maybe for the entire year annual subscription. And like this last box I got in the fall, I had one product that was like 154, covered the entire price of my annual subscription. And you're getting 8 to 10 products in every tube that comes 4 times a year. So right there, like, it's an incredible deal. So I want to rank it much higher. I do, for that reason, because I think you're definitely getting your value for your dollar. But I also go with like my excitement level. This is what I'm ranking a lot based on, is just my excitement for it. And I just, the last few boxes that we got just felt so lackluster. I wasn't really interested or excited about anything in it. There was a few good products I found, which I like, but I just wasn't there on excitement. But I think a lot of people love this one because it does have great skincare options and hair options. It's valued and priced really well, especially if you grab like a deal on it. And you get the, they do their Beauty Pass Free Gift Friday. I just grabbed the Tatcha, for crying out loud, for $0. I only had to pay shipping. And then they also have their VIP box that's really good. So, you know, you have some perks with it, but for the most part, it just feels lackluster to me these days. All right, next, Macy's Beauty Box. This one has obviously really gone downhill on my rankings, y'all, because if you've seen my other 2 rankings videos, Macy's was always at the very top of my rankings. It has slid so much. It might have even been my number 2 on the first video. I can't remember. Okay, so the pros, what I've loved about the Macy's Beauty Box and why it was ranked higher before is this is our luxury box for sure, because it's all the beauty you can find at Macy's, which is like all luxury, right? So, and that's my jam. I love getting to try luxury. It is many sizes though. It's all like sample sizes, not even deluxe, but sample. Now, sometimes you can find some deluxe ones in there and you can find some products that actually do last you for a while. But it is like samples of everything. So I always loved it because it was our luxury one. And this was our fragrance box too, because we'd always get at least 1 fragrance sample, sometimes 2 at a time. And so we really all look forward to it, but it went way downhill. And a couple things that made it go downhill. One was they stopped doing the fragrance. We never got fragrance anymore. And 2 was their customer service. They just flat out have just given up. They have checked out. A lot of the stores with Macy's have not been doing well. Some have been going under. And I feel like this beauty box is kind of a telltale sign of it too, because you will not get any help with customer service anymore. You can't even sign up for the subscription anymore. I mean, maybe that's been updated since I canceled mine, but like you couldn't cancel or add subscriptions. It was pretty much just only the people who were already signed up for it were getting it, because there's no way to like update it on the website. The website's not working anymore for the beauty box. It's just crazy. We had to remove our credit cards so that they don't bill us to end our subscription. And it just doesn't sit right with me. So the biggest reason this has dropped so much was because of the customer service, and that's why I canceled it too. And the other part of it too is I've just realized I'm not a sample size girl when it comes to my subscriptions. It is priced really well though at like $15 a month, so it's not very much, but you're paying for subscription for sample sizes that you can get at the department store, for free. You know what I mean? But it is like, we're not going to all, maybe a lot of us don't have access to the mall all the time or to a Macy's. So, it is a convenient way for us to try things. And you always got a bonus item. So I'm not ranking it like at the bottom of my list because there's still some positive things about it. And it used to be my favorite. It's dropped so low because of some of those things. All right, next I'm going to say the Chic Beauty Box. I did get this in PR a few times, never did it with my own money. And this is an all makeup box also. I feel like it was priced a little higher than the other ones though, so you weren't getting quite as much as you were in some of the other makeup boxes. And it was only bi-monthly, which I didn't always care for. It was kind of confusing. You'd get it like every other month. And it was pretty good. Sometimes they'd have more mainstream items that I loved and sometimes they didn't, but I'd say it was kind of average as far as like my excitement of products went. Like there were times I got like NARS, they even had Max, they had Ofra, they had some really good products, but then they also had some that were just not that great, so I think for the price I'd like a little bit more exciting products on this one too, but overall it wasn't too bad. Honestly, if I had to choose for me personally, I liked Chic more than Ice Cream because it wasn't all indie brands like Ice Cream. But the next one I am going to say is Ice Cream. I'm going to rank Ice Cream higher for you guys because I think for your value of money, you can't beat Ice Cream. I think they have gone up on their price though since I was doing Ice Cream, so I can't speak to it now. I'm just speaking to the experience I did have then. And it was like in the 20s every month for an incredible array of makeup, but it was all indie brands. So for me, it just wasn't the type of makeup I was looking for. But for all the indie lovers, this was like the #1 best box, and they had amazing service. And I always heard I heard no complaints ever. Everybody loved their Ice Cream box. So I'm ranking it a little higher because of that, taking all of those things into account. But for me, it's because of the mix of indie stuff. I found when I was doing makeup declutters, it was always like the Ice Cream makeup that I was decluttering in my drawers. All right, next I'm gonna say Lush. I did do Lush for a few months, and they call it the kitchen subscription or something. So you automatically think of like a food service box or something, but it's not. It's all bath products. And so if you are familiar with Lush, I love Lush. They make a lot of they make homemade bath stuff too, but it's different. It doesn't feel like that homemade cheap paper on it. They make everything eco-friendly, so they don't do a lot of packaging. Things just show up in their little egg carts that are all biodegradable and in a big box. It's biodegradable, but it is incredible. Like their bath bombs are my favorite. Some of their little specialty soaps, they're all just made like they are just different and set apart. They're incredible. So I loved this subscription, but I don't rank it at the very top because of the price. It's very expensive and it comes from the UK. So it's just, I've also got to pay for all that extra shipping stuff internationally. And so just price wise, I didn't feel like, okay, do I really love bath bombs and stuff that much? And on top of that, my favorite types of products of theirs are their bath bombs and their fragrance. And they don't really put the fragrance much in the boxes. It's mostly like soaps, body gels, and things like that. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to cancel the subscription. And if I want to make some like bath bomb orders from Lush, or I can sometimes find these products at Ulta. And then I don't have to pay all the extra fees. So for me, it didn't end up being worth paying for the subscription. But if you love Lush and those bath products, it's a wonderful subscription. So I'm kind of ranking it like in the middle. Okay, next. So I have not actually done this box, but again, this is another one I've been following very, very closely to the point where I'm almost acting like I'm subscribing to the box and I'm following the spoilers every month. I'm doing the calculations and the math. So I can't tell you about like the customer service side on this from personal experience, but I've been following the Perricone MD beauty box, and it's pricey. It's like 75, something like that. And you know, Sharon out there told me about it. And so ever since then I've been watching because I've been considering signing up. And it's your chance to try out everything from Perricone MD, which is a very high-end, you know, luxury and natural brand. They have a lot of like, you know, just really good potent products, and you can't beat the deal as far as the value on these products go, because I did the math a couple times and realized, oh my gosh, some of the products I'm getting at like $75. It's my chance to get like $200 and $300 worth of retail value of Perricone MD for only 75 bucks. So if you love this brand, it is a no-brainer. You have to do this subscription. But the downside is it's only this brand. So it's not really venturing out into a lot of different brands and your chance to try a lot of things, you know? So it kind of comes down to like, do you love this brand or not? You got to be kind of devoted for this to be the box for you. And what I ended up doing is I started finding some pretty darn good Perricone MD deals in my other boxes, which we'll talk about in a little while, in like FabFitFun add-ons and Ipsy shop and stuff. Okay, so I've been able to find almost similar deals in other ways without having to do the subscription, but it's still a better deal than those, just by a little bit though. So I ranked it fairly high, but not like at the highest because it's not going to offer you a ton of variety. Then above that, I am ranking Detox Market. So I've been getting Detox Market in PR and I'm so happy. I actually started off trying it out with my own money. I actually subscribed to it for a few months and then I started getting it in PR and I've really enjoyed it. It's another fairly pricey one though. You're paying for a lot of luxury products too. It tends to be kind of higher end products, which is what I love about it, but it's also all clean products. And along with it being clean, it's not dubbed as an all cruelty-free box, but you tend to see a lot of those conscious living type brands in here because when they're focused on clean beauty, you know, toxic free and all that, they tend to kind of be vegan or cruelty free or both too. So I tend to have mostly all cruelty free products in there also. And that is one of the biggest things I love about it is I know it's all clean, which is important to me also, and cruelty free. And then it's like some of your higher end brands too. So I've really enjoyed this. I would just say, even though I'm getting it in PR now, I'm looking at it from a customer point of view, is just the price tag on it. It's just a little bit, you know, more expensive than some of the other boxes. So you have to really be into clean beauty to appreciate this one. Another thing about it is it's an all takeover box. So every month you're just going to get one brand at a time and you're kind of trying different things from that brand. I have not been able to figure out if you can skip like the months you're not interested in a brand or not. That would make a big difference, I think. So there's some downsides of it. You know, if there's some months that you might love, like I love when we have an RMS beauty takeover. I'm here for it then. It's so exciting. And that was my first box. So I think it just depends on that, if you're into the brand that month or not, as to whether it's like an amazing, incredible box. Okay, the next one I'm going to say is the Walmart Beauty Box. We're getting towards the high end of my list here, guys, of my rankings. All right, Walmart Beauty Box. The reason this is ranked a little higher for me is just because of the price point. This is the most affordable box in my lineup that I can possibly think of. It's $6.98 per quarter, and it's all the like drugstore beauty, you know, you can try at Walmart. And you usually get like about 5 products, I think, maybe 6. Sometimes you could get like a $20, you know, value. One product alone is worth like $20. So right there, it's worth like, you know, twice the amount of the box. So you usually pay for the box with at least one product, at least. It's just so cost saving and such an affordable one that it's almost like you'd be crazy not to just sign up for this, you know, and it's just your great way of trying different things you can grab at Walmart, right? Like I mean, things that I tend to already be buying sometimes, shampoo if I need it. I don't usually do a lot of drugstore shampoos, but I have found some good drugstore shampoos that I actually liked, which is unheard of for me. And I got to do it through the Walmart Beauty Box, sometimes deodorant, things like that. The reason mine's not ranked super, super high though, is drugstore beauty is not my excitement level for me and being a luxury girl. So, you know, it doesn't give me the giddy excitement that some of the other boxes do, but just for the price, like, come on, you know, you can't beat it. I also feel like we tend to get a lot of the same things over and over again. I'm always getting Dove deodorant or like I'm always getting deodorant in like every box, and I always get CoverGirl mascara, which I like CoverGirl mascara. It's just I get it every single box. So I'd like a little bit more variety personally. And I forgot to tell you, I get it in PR, by the way. Okay, 2 more boxes right after that. I'm gonna go ahead and say these next 2, I rank a little higher than Walmart because you get more products for almost the same price or just a little more, like so much more value in there. However, both of these next 2 products I can't access in Florida. I'm just bringing them up because I have unboxed them on my channel before. There's a few of you in those states that have access to it. I had a viewer that sent me these boxes for me to unbox to be able to share with you guys what their boxes are like there. They were from Ohio, and there's just a few states that carry these too. They're also like grocery store type chains that offer a beauty box. So one of them, which I'm ranking next, is the Summer Giant. And this was very similar to the Walmart Beauty Box, same idea, but I feel like you got just a little bit more in it. I feel like it was maybe 10 items or something in it. They also carried a lot of native products, which I was so happy for the chance to try out, and just a little bit different, like variation that was different than just our same old stuff we always get in Walmart. So I was pretty impressed with it. And then the next one after that was the Mayors. Okay, I still said it wrong, I think. Myers. Did you guys teach me? You guys taught me how to say it, and it's been a while, so I forgot to practice it. Myers, maybe? Myers Beauty Box, and this is a grocer also. It was packed full of so much stuff. It was just incredible. So I rank that the highest of all these like grocery store boxes. But again, it's only in certain states. I think it was like Ohio, Illinois, somewhere else. So yeah, not in Florida, especially not here in the South. All right, next we have, again, another one I still haven't actually done, but I've followed it so closely too that I'm gonna say I've practically done it, and I've ordered a lot through Dermstore to know all the products too, and that is Beauty Fix. So Beauty Fix is offered by Dermstore, you know, a site with all kinds of incredible, like derm grade, high quality, high level skincare. And so they offer a beauty box once a month. A lot of people equate it to Allure Beauty Box. I'd say, I think the price point used to be pretty equivalent, but Allure has gone up on their price recently. I don't think Beauty Fix has. And they give, I can't remember all the details on it, but it's just, they've got a mix of both full size and deluxe sizes, similar to Allure, about the same number of products, but it's mostly skincare. Occasionally you'll get a little bit of like makeup maybe, because they have things like Jane Iredale on their site, but they don't carry a lot of makeup. It's mostly the high quality skincare. And I have heard nothing but praise on this. Everybody loves their Beauty Fix that does this brand. And I have almost signed up many times, so I'm gonna pretend I've done it. But the way that I've kind of handled things is that I've noticed they do a lot of repeat over and over again, because there's certain things they sell in the Dermstore and they just feature those products kind of over and over. So a lot of the products in there are so many repeats for me, honestly, that I feel like I get access to the same products by doing Dermstore edits pretty often. So that's why I haven't jumped on it. I just kind of do more of their specialty boxes and edits from the Dermstore instead of the subscription box. But I think it's a fantastic subscription, so I rank it really high. Do I rank it better than Allure? Well, obviously not. We're going to talk about Allure in a couple minutes. I think the biggest reason it's a little lower than Allure for me is that it's mostly all skincare and fairly repeats for me. Allure covers a few other things, And that is important to me. I like variety. So we'll get to that in a minute. Now we're down to my top 5. This is really hard, but I think I'm going to say P. Louise next. I still adore P. Louise. I'm so in love with this box. And I know I told you guys I'm not into indie makeup. It's not in, it is a similar feel in like all the colors, the buttery formula, all of that, the girly girl packaging. It's not going to be products you find at the big box stores, but it is like just so exciting. It is like the most exciting, fun squeal voice box when it arrives. I just have a few reasons that I'd say it's not my very top. First of all, the fact that it comes out of the UK, so we got to pay for all the extra, the customs, and there's more to it this year probably with the tariffs now if you try to re-sign up. I don't know how all that's going to work with the subscription. So all the extra costs, it comes a month late. So it's always like when they say it's the August box, you're really getting July and August. And it's like, I know I kind of started trying to get used to it, but it was still annoying to me. I'd rather get my September box in September and at the beginning, not the end. So those were a couple things I don't like. The other thing is just that it's all one brand. So again, I'm not getting huge variety of brands. And I just ended up amassing so much P. Louise over time that that's the only reason I've canceled my subscription for now or not renewed, is just because I need to like use what I've got. So you end up with this massive P. Louise collection, which is all very exciting things and it's amazing, but I need other variety too. It wasn't badly priced, but you are paying a lot of extra things in the shipping and the customs, and you got to deal with all that garbage. So yeah, but and the value is definitely there. There's some months that are better than others, but for the most part, it is just such an exciting, amazing box. The next one, I'm going to say in 4th place, I'm going to put the Rachel Zoe Curateur box. Now, I almost ranked this lower because I'm thinking of everybody else but me, that this is such an expensive subscription. This is my most pricey one. It's like $125 a quarter. So it's really expensive. And then what you're getting in there isn't like a lot. Especially when you compare it to other like lifestyle boxes. But the reason it's still ranked really high for me is that I have just loved almost every single thing in there. And the excitement level for me has just been unmatched on the items in this box because it really curates my personal style the best. Things that like, I just can't explain it. It's like, it's a style match for me. So this is your half beauty, half fashion box. And you get about 3 items you customize, but it's really just choosing between like a lip shade or between an earring and a necklace in the same brand or something. And then 2 items are fixed. And you'll usually get like a couple of beauty products, like a makeup and a skincare. And then usually things like sunglasses, handbags, jewelry, sometimes clothes like a shawl or something, but this time I think we're getting scarves. This next bag that we're going to get in the fall is not as exciting to me as other ones have been, but I feel like overall for the most part I've just been so in love. I'm especially in love with their handbags. Every purse or like handbag I've gotten and every pair of sunglasses I have just been so in love with, and it's just helped me really find like the best fashion picks. So that's why I rank it high, but I don't think it's for everybody because it is such a high price tag. You have to love all the items in there to make it worth it. And I do, but not everybody else does. All right, so now we're going to talk about Allure. I am ranking Allure now as my number 3. I think I've ranked it number 2 and 3 in the past maybe. It slipped a little, but I'm still ranking it pretty high, because I still really enjoy the mix in it. Like we've been getting a lot of like makeup and skincare and hair, and that's kind of what I like. I do like, I would love a box with some fashion also, but like as far as a beauty box goes, I still feel like at the price point we're at, you're getting a lot of value. It's starting to become repeat for me, but that's just because I'm a beauty blogger and everything's just about a repeat from me because I've just tried so many brands, but I still feel like you're getting a lot of curated things. There were months where they were just on fire and it was incredible. And then the last few months have just been so to me. So it could fall in the rankings still, but I've still got it pretty high on my list. And I think a big part of it is their specialty limited edition boxes. That's where you can't beat them, is their like Best of Beauty box, awards winners box, like, you know, Reader's Choice Awards. They had their fragrance box. Like, they put together the most incredible limited edition boxes. And if you're a member of Allure, you get it for half the price, basically. And so I just feel like some of these curations they put together are so good. It's like a beauty advent calendar that's amazing, you know, crafted for you. And then the subscription, you know, I'm still locked in at about $25 as an old member. So I still feel like the price point is good for what you're getting. I do feel like sometimes they say full sizes, you know, you're supposed to get 3 of the 6 products in there are guaranteed to be full size. And they kind of skirt around that sometimes, and they'll always make it like an eye cream or like a really small size that's still technically a full size. So that's a complaint I have about it. But in this coming box, we're getting a full 8-ounce size of First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. So they've surprised me. So it's like they kind of redeemed themselves in that a little this month. But that was kind of one of my critiques of the box. So overall, I'm still really happy with Allure. However, I definitely rank them below Ipsy. And we're going to talk about why in a minute. But first, we're going to talk about my number 2. So now you know what my number 1 is. All right, let's talk about it, guys. So it's down to FabFitFun and Ipsy. Those are my top 2. And I went back and forth like, oh my gosh, which one do I love more? Okay. Last time I ranked FabFitFun higher, and I ranked Ipsy a lot lower. But last time I only got Ipsy in PR. I had not gotten it as a subscription. Now I had done Glam Bag a long time ago, and Boxy in the old days, but not anytime recent. I had always been getting it in PR, especially since the two Ipsy and Boxy merged. Okay, so let's talk about the difference between FabFitFun and Ipsy. FabFitFun is, okay, and in both of these boxes, I have now signed up as a paid version. I did my first paid version of FabFitFun, and I get it in PR, and then same with Ipsy. I've been doing a paid version, and I get it in PR. So kind of similar thing going on here, and that has made all the difference in the world by doing a paid experience, is to really see the behind the scenes. So FabFitFun is your lifestyle box. You get a little bit of everything: kitchenware, fitness, fashion and accessories, home design, and beauty as well, makeup and skincare and fragrance. Like, it has everything in it. So I love that about it. So I love that more than Ipsy. And some of the products excite me more because, like, if we get like a really good purse, I'm like, oh my gosh, this was the best thing ever. But the price is different, and they just went up on their prices. So it's more expensive definitely than Ipsy, and it's only quarterly. So you're only getting it 4 times a year. That's a downside for me. Ipsy has so many options though, because you've got Icon Box and Boxy and Glam Bag. Whereas FabFitFun is just the one box that comes 4 times. But with FabFitFun, everything is 100% customizable. So you get 6 products that you completely customize, and there's so many options in that category to choose from. So many. So it's like, wow. So that's a bonus above Ipsy, I think. So I think like the mix of products that I find in FabFitFun excite me just a little more than Ipsy, because Ipsy's all beauty stuff. So it's very repetitive for me too, having done Ipsy for a long time. Whereas FabFitFun is all new stuff because you got jewelry and like so many other things too. But when I really evaluate the price, what you're getting for the price, I think you're still getting a lot, because like maybe BoxyCharm is what, $32, and you're getting 5 full-size beauty products, and 3 of your products in there you customize too, very similar to FabFitFun. And you got a lot of options. You get like maybe 5 or 6 products though in Ipsy within a category to customize, whereas in FabFitFun you get like 10. It's, you know, tons to choose from. So you have more to choose from in FabFitFun than you do Ipsy, but you still get to customize like more than half your box usually, unless you got Glam Bag, you're only doing one. I'm kind of thinking more of like BoxyCharm and Icon Box though in this. Then you could do Icon Box, which is 8 products, again only 3 customized, and that's your like more premier box that's quarterly, similar to FabFitFun. But Icon Box is still slightly cheaper than FabFitFun is, and you're going to get more products. You're getting 8 in them. FabFitFun, you're getting 6. We did just get a 7th bonus one this last month, but that's not going to be ongoing. So when I think about like what you're getting for your dollar, I think there's still just a little more value in Ipsy. And on top of that, what really makes Ipsy so incredible for me and makes it number 1 now for me is their Ipsy shop. It's the shop and the add-ons, the mega drop shop sales, mystery bags, like all the extra things beyond just the base membership that are so good. That is honestly even better than the membership to me in the box. I still have been so happy with the box, getting to customize it now, but where you really rack up is in their shop. You cannot beat the deals in the Ipsy shop. They're incredible, especially during a mega drop shop. FabFitFun, you got some incredible deals there too. You are finding some great savings in their shop, but it just seems like it's more limited during the rest of the time rather than during like a sale or during add-on period. There's not quite as many. Now you're still shopping in so many other categories of lifestyle, whereas you're not in Ipsy. But I don't feel like things are discounted quite as much as in Ipsy. I feel like you're still kind of like paying more than you probably would for a product anyway. I don't want to say it's like overpriced, but some things are overpriced, you know? In Ipsy, it's more like you're getting like Natasha Denona for like $12 sometimes. You know, like a $70 palette for $12. Or Tatcha, you know, an $80 product for $10. I mean, you cannot beat those deals. FabFitFun, I was seeing a few equivalent prices to like similar things in FabFitFun that you saw in Ipsy for equivalent values. But overall, I just feel like Ipsy's where it's at, guys. I mean, Ipsy has completely become my number 1. It is ranked my number 1. And this was all because of you guys. You guys all told me in my last Beauty Box Rankings video, you gotta try Ipsy as a paid customer. It will be a completely different experience, and it has been. You were absolutely correct. And I will also give a point, I wasn't mentioning this in the Allure part. In Allure, you get like 1 item to customize these days, but it's usually like choosing our shade, you know, in a blush. It's not like you get a whole bunch of different products to choose from. It's all going to still be the same product for the most part. And also they've just started doing add-ons like with FabFitFun and Ipsy, but it's like maybe 5 products, and it's all old stuff that we've already gotten in boxes before usually. But you can add on like the Reader's Choice Award box or something, like one of their specialty boxes too for a deal. So that's kind of nice, but for the most part, they're just not the same as like Ipsy's and FabFitFun. So that's it, guys. That is my updated beauty box rankings. I could not wait to finally get to this video to share with you guys. You've probably figured it out by now already that Ipsy is my number 1, because if you've watched all my videos, you've watched this journey unfold before your eyes. But I kind of wanted to try FabFitFun also and really see for myself. And I think it is really close. Like, they're almost tied. They're both incredible to me. They're both my most exciting boxes. But I feel like Ipsy's just a teeny edge above because of the deals. But what you can't get in Ipsy is all this like lifestyle that I do love. So I might feel different if I didn't have the Rachel Zoe box at all. And if it was like my only like lifestyle box. FabFitFun might still come in first. I don't know. It's like I still need one like lifestyle one that gives me the fashion too, you know. Make sure, of course, that if you love to follow a lot of beauty boxes and unboxings, curations, reviews, all the fun and beauty, that you pop that subscribe so you don't miss more of this in the future, because you know your girl's doing it all on this channel. And I'll catch you guys all on the next one. Bye.